I thought the Chunin exams were just gonna be a fun tournament arc. You know, some fights, a bit of training, Naruto learns a new move, everyone cheers, and the season. Instead, the show suddenly turns into actual terrorism, Orochimaru being one of the creepiest people alive, dead Hokages getting dragged back from the grave, and Garra almost flattening the entire village. Everything escalated so fast, and I think this is the point where Naruto stopped feeling like a small ninja show and started feeling like way bigger. Suddenly people were dying, villages were getting attacked, and every fight actually had consequences. The season starts with something I've been waiting for, actual training. And not anime fake training either, where somebody does 3 push-ups and suddenly unlocks god powers. Naruto is genuinely struggling here. Meanwhile, Sasuke finally wakes up after Orochimaru basically turned his nervous system into corrupted software. And Kakashi immediately takes him away for secret training. And at this point, I started realizing something. The Leaf Village might genuinely be finished. Because hold on, the 4th Hokage died saving the village 13 years ago. Hiruzen is old enough to remember dinosaur, and Orochimaru is moving like a biological war crime. Who exactly is stopping this man if things go wrong? Because right now the answer feels like hopefully friendship. Then Naruto starts training with Jiraiya, and we get one of the first moments where Naruto actually gets serious. No trolling, no screaming, no acting stupid. This little idiot actually locks in and starts communicating with the Nine-Tails Fox. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, okay, Naruto's finally evolving. Then Gambata immediately starts violating him. This giant frog basically looks at Naruto and says, "You're weak, small, and unimpressive," instantly humiliating him. Then we get to Garra's backstory, and suddenly everything gets way darker. First of all, why did this man come out of the womb already looking emotionally exhausted? Garra had eyeliner, insomnia, and homicidal thoughts at the age of 6. This dude genuinely never had a chance. But what really changed things was learning more about the Sand Village. Because now it's obvious something bigger is happening behind the scenes. Up until now, the Chunin exams still kind of felt fun. Now it feels political, dangerous. Like these villages are using literal children as military assets, which is honestly insane when you think about it for more than 5 seconds. Also, where is Sasuke? Bro disappeared with Kakashi for like half the season. Nobody questions it, nobody explains it. He just vanishes in the mountains to become Batman. The Chunin exams finally start. Then we finally get Naruto against Neji. And I cannot lie, Naruto looked cooked at first, because Neji's fighting style is genuinely terrifying. This man starts shutting down chakra points like he's disconnecting wires in a server room. And Naruto is getting destroyed. But then we finally see Naruto unleash the Nine-Tails chakra properly. And the entire atmosphere changes instantly. The music changes, the animation changes, even Neji started looking nervous. And Naruto wins the fight in the most Naruto way possible too. Not through strategy, not through elegance. This man literally digs underground like a mole rat and uppercuts Neji into the sky. And somehow it worked. If I'm Neji, I would quit being a ninja on the spot. Then finally, Sasuke arrives, and immediately this man starts moving differently. First of all, he absolutely stole Rock Lee's fighting style. Respectfully, Sasuke saw Lee once and said, "Yeah, I'll be taking that." But then we see Chidori for the first time, and bro, this move looked insane. The sound design alone was hard, the lightning, the speed, the way he drags across the arena floor. Sasuke looked like Zeus with emotional problems, and for a second, I genuinely thought, oh nah, Garra might actually lose this. But while the tournament is still happening, everything suddenly falls apart. And this twist genuinely caught me off guard, because the show had been building tension for quite a long time. The Sand Village is acting weird, the Ambu moving around constantly, Orochimaru is lurking like a horror villain, but I still was not prepared for this. Suddenly, giant snakes are attacking the village, the 3rd Hokage gets trapped, and Orochimaru reveals he used to be Hiruzen's student. Which honestly makes the fight way sadder. Because now, this isn't just some villain attack, it feels personal. Then this psychopath summons the 1st and 2nd Hokage. Bro, what again? At this point, the Chunin exams are over. Nobody cares about becoming Chunin anymore, this is just war. Meanwhile, Naruto, Sakura, Shikamaru, and Kakashi's random DLC dog are trying to survive the collapse of society. And I genuinely loved the twist because it changed the scale of Naruto instantly. The show suddenly felt huge. After some time of the invasion, we get the full Garra fight. not against Sasuke, but against Naruto. And honestly, this was way more emotional than I expected, because once Gaara's childhood gets fully explained, everything about him suddenly makes sense. This kid grew up completely alone. No love, no trust, no safety. And then it hit me. Gaara is basically Naruto if Naruto had nobody, which he didn't. That's what makes this fight so good. It's not just hero against villain. It's two lonely kids who reacted differently to pain. We can see Gaara, who had no one throughout his whole life, and then Naruto, who found his friends Sasuke and Sakura, and also Kakashi, his trainer. And then Gaara transforms. Naruto summons Gamabunta, and these idiots turn into the Nine-Tailed Fox. What is happening? Even Sasuke looked shocked, and honestly, this felt like the first moment Sasuke truly realized Naruto was becoming powerful. Not potentially, not one day, right now. And Naruto completely saves the village here too. Because if Gaara fully lost control, the Lee village might genuinely have been finished. By the end of the season, the third Hokage is dead. The village is damaged and now they need a new Hokage. Then, suddenly, Jiraiya gets suggested for the role, which is insane considering this man spends most of his screen time avoiding employment and harassing women. But then we learn that he trained alongside Orochimaru, and suddenly everything clicked. You realize Jiraiya is basically Naruto if Naruto is older, stronger, and somehow even more serious. Also, where the hell has Rock Lee been? Because after the insane fight against Gaara earlier on, I genuinely thought Lee was about to become one of the biggest characters in the show. And then bro basically disappeared for 2 seasons. We finally see him back out of the hospital, but that's it. Like, what's going on with him right now? Is he still injured? Is he training? Can he even still fight properly? Because compared to Naruto and Sasuke, suddenly unlocking demon chakra and lightning assassination techniques, Lee feels weirdly left behind right now. And honestly, I hope that changes. Because Lee has one of the coolest fighting styles in the entire show. No demon fox, no special eyes, no broken genetics. This man is literally surviving off hard work and pure aura. And I genuinely feel like the show is building towards something bigger with him. Like eventually he's gonna come back way stronger and shock everybody. At least I hope so. Because there's no way you give someone that Gaara fight and then just turn him into a background NPC forever. At this point, I have a few major predictions. First, Gaara eventually becomes an ally. There's no way they gave this man one of the saddest backstories in the show just for him to stay evil forever. Second, Sasuke is absolutely heading towards darkness. This man already has a cursed mark, he's obsessed with power, and now he's spamming Chidori like chakra is free. Brother is making terrible decisions already. And third, I think Rock Lee is eventually going to return on a completely different level. I don't know when, I don't know how. There's no way the show is going to give him that much aura just to permanently sideline him. Next season I mainly want to see more of Jiraiya, more of Kakashi, and more of Rock Lee. And please let Sakura finally become useful, because right now she's basically surviving off emotional support.